But we're getting into the first round of tank picks here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see Flair starting out with an IS-7 and a Bat Chat. Toma's bringing an STB and IS-7 and double Super Conqueror. This is the tank picking 2, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2,
is the order in
4,
which the picks
3,
are done.
2, 1. 2, 4, 3,
and
2, 1.
actually, no double VZs yet from Toma's, and only one VZ so far from Flair, which is
Toma
interesting.
is on defense. Here we go. We got one VZ. 2 Super Conks. Really interesting.
T100 and a VZ on the Toma side.
Have we seen 2 Soups? What other map have we seen 2 Soups on?
I don't even think we've seen 2 Soups on Himmelsdorf. Maybe one time on Himmelsdorf?
Right.
Yeah, we definitely have seen 2 Soups on Murrow.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we've seen 2 Soups on Proc, though.
If we have, it would only be one time, but you're right. I feel like most of the time the defensive team always brings at least 1 Soup.
Mm-hmm.
But 2, you get really slow really fast. Because everyone has to pivot around these Super Conquerors. You're only... when 2 of your heavies are that slow. And look at that,
I'm wondering who's in these tanks. That's what's really interesting too, especially like the STB. That's going to be a very important tank, especially on defense.
Especially on defense, the STB.
The STB is probably gonna be for resets under the train.
Mm-hmm. But they still have double Super Conqueror, and they have an IS-7 to play that.
They also have a T100. So I'm almost wondering if they brought the Soups for like a HP,
I'm guessing that
balance
T100,
effector.
It feels like the light tank is used a lot of times on defense as opposed to attack, just because
correct.
they want to stop the
actually was really interesting is the last time we saw T100 on defense on Proc, if I do remember myself, it was Dark Ninja, and he did a really early
cut the map in half.
Yeah. Do you have audio?
We do not have in-game sounds at the moment. So it's not just you, but maybe it'll cut on here in just a second. So yeah, you can see Luxon's actually playing that T100. And yeah, you brought up a good point. He's actually doing what was not coined by me, but he's doing what was called the Germ Scout Loop. As he engages Dark Ninja here, they both fire, and Luxon does get connected. And Dark... Yeah, the Germ Scout Loop. It's just the rail Scout Loop. It's a very generic one, except the main difference, and there's the in-game sound, the main difference is sometimes with the Germ Scout Loop, the germ would go down. It became a little predictable that I just liked that Scout Loop just to get in.
Right.
And we've never seen this initial
from
either side on this map. Can you go into it a little bit? What are we seeing here?
I'm lagging. That's what's going on with me. I'm lagging.
Right there at the same time for me.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, it looks like they're going to be going up a hill. So both teams are going to be playing the 7-8-9-0. And let's see here if I can...
Here, if I refresh, if it works, I'll let you know in a moment. But it is working when I refreshed. No, it is not. It just refreshed at the same spot.
Unfortunate.
So I've turned it back to our pretty faces.
Yeah, until we get that situated.
But yeah, we're seeing a fight on that side of the map is what we're going to see, because most of the time we've seen that light tank actually always go kind of 4-line. Oh, it looks like it may be popping up again now. I'm going to refresh one more time since it was buffering before.
Yeah, same here.
Just to see if it caught up maybe. And then we'll tab back into the game. Okay. Mine, it worked for about a second.
Same here. Oh,
okay,
no.
I was about to say, okay, it's working. Then I was going to say, what timer is on the clock for me?
Yeah, I was looking at the timer as well.
Yeah, we're having some technical issues as we... Okay, it's maybe
popping
up
that's
again.
A whole minute just passed.
I am looking into it right now. So,
okay. We figured you were. I'm at 5 minutes, 23
seconds.
21.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least we're synced up.
Do we switch and just pray for the best? It looks like nobody really got shots off. It's just a CS got shot one time and a 200 got shot one other time. It looks like it's not buffering.
And that's on that initial scout loop too. So I guess, yeah, you guys have seen no additional damage get taken. And look at Luxon's position here. So he's kind of hanging out of this bush.
Just think of it as teleportation, chat, okay? He was on the hill and then he teleported here.
It's DVR. We fast forward through the
It's the Waffentrager event getting used in competitive, as you can see here.
So these bushes are deceptive because he's actually able to. He was a little bit hesitant there, but because he's in the bush, he gets additional camo value, even if part of his tracks are sticking out.
Looks like Nexus is actually going for that. He gets lit probably coming out of this bush.
Oh, he was lit before for sure. And that bush should connect there. He probably was not lit when he left, but he probably will get lit when he leaves if Nexus is staying up high or if anyone was on that 6 line. But actually, if he's smart, he should not leave.
So going to the other team here, we can kind of see where they are situated. There we go. So it looks like they are. They have a soup and a. Looks like PM and Bloop are going to be looking to bleed. Fluky going down to 257. He probably will go down here by PM unless. No, PM looks like PM is not trying to get the free. But External gets it. We were just talking about External, and he seems to clean up Fluky there. So now,
maybe a couple seconds behind you as I make sure to refresh him at 350.
Yeah, I am 345, 343. Okay. Yeah, so not too much ahead of you. Basically, it looks like they are pushing down the 8 line. Serve is going over top. He will take a lot of damage here while Hector goes down low in the STB and Luxon is kind of sweeping wide here, looking for shots. On what did we decide his name was going to be? Banjo? Looking for side shots on Banjo. Right.
It's Banjo, it's just spelt wrong. Just the end's in the wrong spot.
He's also looking for shots on Sheep. Now he's going to be looking for a shot on Hector. He gets it while Hector connecting as well. Serve looking for also shots. Most likely Banjo's play is to just go for the 1v1 against Serve
and
here.
To just live as long as possible.
And it looks like they are going for cap, and they most likely... it's just over. There's just nobody else could get resets.
He has to get it, and he's not going to make it in time.
No, he did not make it in time.
So what we missed a little bit there was actually Team Flare taking. Although they started with the play over the rails, they took the entire map and they left an IS-7 on the hill.
Right.
And they then just kind of took everything, and
so
Tomatitos was
it was
too
actually
slow to move over and take things back.
I've actually.
Oh, sorry, you broke up there for a second?
Oh, no. Yeah, I was like thinking how to word this.
You had a mental breakup? Got it?
Yeah, no, so when we played the WCI, there was a time when we were trying to figure out, like, well, how do we get somebody to hill, like, safely in a way? And, like, the best way, they, like, did it really well. They basically took a bulk of their force to leave someone hill. That way, he doesn't get picked. If the defensive team plays aggressive on hill, then you just take that fight, right? But there isn't a fight, they're able to flex out, and then they have that presence there, right? And map control is really important on proc, as you could tell, right?
And time. It takes a while to go across the road and then rotate back and make all these plays. And there's an 8-minute timer in this format, as opposed to in normal clan wars and things like that. So Flare had a plan, and they actually executed that really. Like, it's a shame we missed those like 45 seconds or so, but they moved really, really quickly to get those tanks moved around, and that shows like that they had an idea probably beforehand. It wasn't just an instinctual reaction, it was an instinctual reaction to something they've either seen in the practice or something they
so
foresaw
Team Flare
happening.
picking up
and
the
Tomatitos
first
getting caught out,
match.
Even with the light tank on defense, they lost map control and got caught off guard.
Yeah, we'll never know. Because of the lag. I just assumed that what happened.
One more refresh really quick on my end just to see if
I think
my delay is fixed now. Because I was just a couple seconds behind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Team Flare taking a 1-0 lead. It's interesting because we have, like, of the games we've seen on proc, we've only seen a handful, right? But this one played completely differently than all of the other ones. And that intrigues me because one of the best things about like these types of formats, especially when there's like curveballs like these tank picking and two overalls, is watching the meta develop. Especially like week 1 tends to be an absolute crapshoot of some teams have not played proc very much and they're just kind of winging it, or they've done one practice or whatever and they did it against one team and then they just haven't been taught the lessons yet. That this
Getting into the tank picking, it looks like Toma has picked an IS-7 Superconk CS63, a VZ T100, and a Leo 1, while Team Flare picking an IS-7 VZ Superconk, a Batchat, 2 Batchats, and a T100. Both teams now have a T100, with Toma on attack and Team Flare on defense.
who are the bats? It's probably External and Dark Ninja, right? Like
correct.
It's been noted for
maybe Dark's in the VZ. It just no, Dark's in the T100, so it's probably External, and then whoever their other bat chat is.
And External always liked playing the bat chat for sure. Dark Ninja liked it, but Dark Ninja really likes his light.
Look at their team lineup. I could probably guess, but we could just go in here real quick.
Flare up 1-0, and that was very decisive. That was the Flare looked
maybe PM
without having to kill everyone. They
no, probably Bloop. It's probably External Bloop, right? I mean that would.
I guess we'll find out in a second. I can hear the countdown timer, so it'll be only a moment.
Oh no, Bloop is our VZ player. PM is our Super Conk player, Banjo. So it looks like it's Dark Ninja. So Nexus is in the T100. I guess it's because it's not really. Well, maybe it's just.
Nexus likes playing lights.
Right. Okay. Oh, he does. Okay. So maybe it's just like a run or two. It's not really anything super important.
Wars games with Nexus and some fun.
You guys were in clan together?
Yeah, I guess it was probably Otter.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some. It was honestly a lot of fun.
Okay.
Because we lost a lot. We lost some games, I remember, and just had some fun. Like it wasn't. I don't even want to call it arguments. It was more just like, well, we did this. What did you think they would do? And we lost. Like it was like it wasn't like no hurt feelings. It was just like. Sometimes Clan Wars, for those that haven't played Clan Wars before, can be a lot of fun to look at it. Very hyper-aggressive. We saw this from Team Flare before, when Dark Ninja was doing the T100, the game you were talking about a little bit ago, before we got into the match. That early scout, getting that information, just cutting the map in half, and they just want to take control of the 2-line, take control of this side of the rails, and they'll depend on the Super Conqueror for resets if it comes to it. And if the enemy team has to push back, they're going to kind of take the whole map and be ready for it.
Correct.
So we're getting to see the T100s again because the EBR is banned from this format. And honestly, I kind of like it. I am a big EBR fan, and I know it's not the most popular, and it can be a lot of RNG. And I think in this format, it's better that it's not there. Mm-hmm. But T100 light tanks, I think, is the epitome of kind of that classic, what you would expect a light tank to be, right? Its gun's okay. It's really good gun handling, but it's not hot, super high DPM. Super high penetration. It has a sleek, like Corvette-style profile, and it handles beautifully. It feels super comfortable, and it feels like a really good light tank player can play with low. And PM poking a little too high, and taking the shot for it, taking another as well. Sebastian, I think, has just been teeing off, and that is why they brought that Leopard. And look at that, Dark Ninja and External are getting ready for a push. Up and over they go.
Up and over they go. Serve one shot. External looking to finish him. It looked like, did he bounce that? Oh, no, and then he finishes it. Finishes him off. PM at 800 HP. Looks like they're gonna. He's just Banjo's going for it. He's going for the water, but he gets take it. What was that for? Like. Bloop. They had Bloop and him go over. I guess this is over. Maybe they're just like wanna.
Maybe it's just over, but it kind of didn't feel like it was over. The Batchats made a mistake in how they did that, but you can still kind of chalk it up as a like, yeah, but we traded 1-for-1. PM took a lot of damage from that Leopard and stuff, I think, but they weren't out of it yet. And just honestly, the fact that one of the Batchats not External, but Bloop got just deleted. And that's really bad, but and the wreck then even letting the I-7 live along, but External still got out with like 1,500 health, but I don't know if it was tilt or what from the team, because it didn't feel like it was completely over, like they still had a chance, but
correct.
Maybe. I mean, we can see Nexus had taken damage, maybe there just had been other damage done and stuff. So they didn't seem to really have an answer for that Leopard. They brought that Tomatitos brought that Leopard specifically for that reason.
You got him? There you go. Oh, he did it for the fantasy. Kappa. He literally misses, nobody else is around.
2 seconds behind you is what it feels like, but not as far as I was before. But that Leopard was brought specifically to go up there. Sometimes teams would even bring a Sturv on attack, but the Sturv is so slow by comparison to a Leopard and less flexible, and just tees off on the side of that Super Conqueror turret and is able to do some damage, but PM wasn't necessarily poking correctly either. Looking at the post-game stats, Sheep, 3,600 in the VZ. God dang! Hector getting 3,200 in his Super Conqueror. Sebastian, 2,500 from the Perch.
Dude, Sheep doing 36? That's crazy.
Only 1,500, but 3
that was
kills,
really,
66 points.
That was a really weird game.
It was.
But did Banjo... I almost feel like Banjo lagged or something.
That's what I was wondering. Was it a lag or was it a... It was either like he lagged out or you said it go over, so I went over, or we've lost, just go. It felt like they could have... I'd have to go back to the HP was, but...
I mean, like, Serve was a pick to a certain extent. PM did take a lot of damage for it, though, right? So, I don't know.
PM, is he familiar with that position and getting resets? Because that's an awkward... I mean, I'm sure you remember that spot and getting resets under those rails and those train cars.
I don't want to, like, call him out or anything, but wasn't he the one that OP pushed back so that they won that proc attack? I swear to God, he was like, that was him that happened to. Team Flare versus Barbology, right?
It could have been.
It was.
That position is really, really specific. It can
I remember it was because I was making fun of OP, and then he made like the play of the season where he went over and pushed PM so he couldn't get resets on the cap.
Oh, yeah.
It literally was PM.
Yeah, that game. Yeah, I remember that.
So it really comes down to, like, that's crazy. Like, homie got bad luck twice on that map in that position. So it looks like they might be looking for a new Super Conk player for those of you that think you have